Some people don't stay sitting down when they wipe their butt.
It's true.
It's a real thing.
It is. I'm Joshua.
I'm Travis.
And I'm Phillip.
We're back with another Vidcast. Vidcast number 3? Man, time flies. We did have someone go over to patreon.com/dudesinspace and give us $5 to get their topic on the show. Look forward to that next week. You can do the same if you want us to talk about anything that's on your mind. Anything.
Anything.
Including...
Within reason.
Pooping?
Sure,
I guess.
Yeah. That's a thing. That's on your mind.
It is.
All right, what? Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say that we have added 2 more random topics.
Yeah, we have.
And I'm not excited about either one of them.
Yeah?
I'm not excited about anything.
I think the internet could come up with better topics.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think our ones we added were
Maybe
pretty
like
good.
pooping.
Pooping?
All right, let's get our random topics for this episode of the DNS Vidcast.
All right, random topic number 1.
Boo!
It's Pokemon Go.
Pokemon Go!
Yay.
We're all Pokemon going right
More
now.
like Pokemon Nah.
No.
More
I thought I was
like
going to
Pokemon
say
Slow.
no.
Dude,
All right, I don't really care for
I
that game.
just caught a Dodrio on the way here.
Why do you play
Dodrio.
Pokemon Go?
Why do I play
Why do you play it?
Because everyone is, and it's popular,
I need
and
to
it's
catch-
nostalgic. It harkens back to the 90s. And
Yeah,
need
but
to
it's
catch them
absolutely
all.
nothing like real Pokemon.
It is
wouldn't
almost
know.
half like...
No, it's not at all. It is nothing like it.
It's like if you were Red and you're walking around Kanto.
If that's how, like, it actually happened in the game, like you're looking down at Ash Ketchum. That's a good name. If you're looking down at old Ash Ketchum and he's just got his phone out throwing Pokeballs at random things, like counting his steps, hatching eggs, I think that's not a world I want to live in.
It's the world that we do live in.
I mean, I get it. I think it's going to be a segue for a new type of video game, or a new type of mobile game style.
Experience, maybe even.
It'll still probably be a gimmick, and it'll go away.
I'm a fan of. I played Pokemon Red back in the day.
I didn't
like 100
play
years
any
ago.
Pokemon.
Well, you're missing out.
It was
Pokemon.
that 20 years ago, in
The-
fact.
Wow. That's a long time.
Yeah, I remember when it came out.
I played the crap out of that game. I played it to completion. I got Missing No.
What's that?
Really?
Yeah.
I never caught Missing No.
What's
Missing No was a glitch Pokemon who would give you like a lot of like lives, maybe? Like
I don't remember.
you would go in this one specific part of the grass and like walk around in it, and then boom, this glitched out square would appear where the Pokemon's supposed to be.
Yeah.
And if you caught it, you would get... I forget what it was.
He was.
I think it's
Sweet.
I believe it was. He's like a parody bit in the game. That's like they had to leave a space open because you can't have like a number
And it's
0.
missing number is what it
So it's a
stands
missing
for.
number.
Missing no.
That would be kind of dumb to have a Pokemon 0.
It's weird. But anyways, I played the crap out of that game. Couldn't get into any of the other games like after because they were all the same thing. They just added more Pokemon.
Dude,
I don't care about that.
I played X and Y.
I hear the
Those were
newest
good.
one or two are quite different.
They're like full 3D.
Yeah.
So it's like you're looking at your
What do you
phone
do?
and throwing Pokeballs.
It's an RPG, kind of.
And you got to catch them all. But there's a story.
I mean, there's a story, but that's not what it's about.
No.
What do you do, though?
You
Catch
and
fight?
fight your Pokemon.
Like
and you train.
Final Fantasy fight?
Yes, similar to that. Very, very rudimentary compared to that.
Boring?
No, just
It's not
simpler.
boring at all. Yeah.
You do kind of like you develop relationships with these Pokemon.
Oh.
Not it's in
Sexually?
your head. No, definitely not sexually. Although I wouldn't put it past the Pokemon
Rule 34, man.
universe. Because just the concept of catching wild animals and making them fight each other is pretty messed up.
Well, there's later
Yeah, sure.
in the later games,
Uh-huh.
like they're not wild animals.
What are they? They're just like little dudes like that have
Well,
jobs.
that's even
It's
worse.
like-
Then you're enslaving people.
Yeah, I'm not down with that.
Well, it's like I don't think in the later games you're really supposed to catch them all.
Oh, but even though the game says to catch
Gotta
'em all,
catch them all. That was not the tune.
catch 'em all,
No.
eat ketchup.
You catch
Ash
up.
ketchup.
Look, I get it. I mean, I never got into the game, so I didn't develop any connection with it. I don't think it's stupid. I think it's just a game that I didn't get into.
The show is better than the game.
That makes a lot more sense.
When you were a kid.
That
Now it's not all that good.
No.
I didn't like RPGs though. Like I never
I didn't
liked
either.
that kind of stuff.
But I like
That's
that
the
one.
game that got me interested in RPGs, and then I played other RPGs and went, "Oh,
Alright, so since we're talking about Pokemon Go,
Yeah.
let's talk about Pokemon Go.
Oh, okay. So
I've
Pokemon
played
Go.
it, like, I've opened my phone 4 or 5 times to play it, and it's always disappointing.
I
I'm-
threw a ball at a little bug on Phil's phone once, and it got in the ball.
And rinse and repeat. That is the game.
That's my only issue currently with the game is that it is rinse and repeat with everything.
Just
And
tossing balls
for
at
one,
little bugs.
I don't know how you're supposed to catch them all without traveling the world. Or
Oh, you
something.
travel the world, man.
Just wait till you have to go to Best Buy and check out the Samsung flat screens to catch this exclusive Pokemon.
That's a good idea.
That's
It's
happening.
gonna happen.
No, it's
They already have McDonald's in Japan, I think, signed
Oh,
up.
really?
Yeah.
Whoa.
As Pokestops or whatever they're called.
Yeah. Well, that's what.
Nick Pokemon.
That is my number one problem with the game though, is that like Pokestops mean nothing except to like get some balls,
That's true.
and
You
like
know what?
and that's it.
There's a joke to be made somewhere in there
Pokestop.
about
Baseball?
stopping and getting some balls.
Like sports.
And berries.
Yeah.
You have to. Sometimes you have to give the Pokemon berries.
Why?
So you can. hit
And you
them with
gotta
your
light
balls.
incense.
Okay, so let me just take a guess. I'm taking a stab in the dark here. You download an app,
Yes.
you sign into it,
Well, if it
You're given-
if it lets you sign
Yeah.
into
Sometimes
it.
it just
try to sign
crashes.
into it. You're given an avatar. Do you make your own avatar?
Yeah, kind of. It's
Ish.
very simple. You can
Okay.
pick like 3 options.
All right, so you make your own guy. It's you or your character. It's not like someone in the story.
No.
Okay, so then you walk around. It maps via Google Earth
Yeah.
your, a relative, type of map where you're at, and then like landmarks are hot
Roughly.
spots for.
Roughly. Mhm.
Okay, so how likely is it that you're trespassing to get a Pokemon?
No, you don't have to.
You don't have to.
Ever.
No.
There are
People.
plenty.
The people that do are stupid.
Yeah.
Okay.
And no offense to anybody,
But you're
But
stupid.
you're stupid.
but you're stupid because you can catch that crap from the road.
Oh, okay.
Like, if you go chase after one, like you're just
You can chase it?
like,
No, they don't
You
move.
don't have to. They
All right,
don't
hold on.
move.
So you've got your phone, you're walking around. Does it buzz when there's something in your area?
It
And you have
It
to.
makes like a bloopy noise or something.
Do you
just
like
look.
look at the camera?
You
and
don't
it-
have to.
look.
You turn that off if you're playing right.
And you just look at your phone and it says, "Hey, here's a Caterpie," and
Yeah.
you click the Caterpie
Yeah, you
and you can
touch it.
catch the Caterpie.
But
So you don't have to go like find it and
No.
like
well, like
take a picture of it or something.
no,
Well, that seems.
it sucks. It sucks.
I like it. I like it.
You
sucks.
just walk around till you're relatively in the area of something, then you throw a
You
little
touch
ball
it
at
and you flick a ball at it like that Facebook Messenger basketball game, but not as fun. It sucks.
And then okay, hold on. You get the Pokemon, and what do you do with it?
you get more Pokemon,
You can,
and then you
can
like feed your
increase their
Pokemon to
CP.
other Pokemon.
What?
Increase
Basically.
your CP, or you can transfer them out, and then you get more candy.
You turn them into candy. Don't ask me how that works or how that's not messed up.
Why?
I don't know.
I've almost got enough
Aren't
Squirtle
you a
candy
trainer?
to-
Yeah.
You're just supposed to train them
Well, you're not.
to make them bigger and better, and they
You
fight
do.
each other,
You
right?
You're,
You
you're
can.
turning Pokemon into candy by grinding them up or something and feeding them to other like Pokemon.
All right, so it's nothing like. Yeah, this is stupid.
It's stupid.
It's dumb.
I like it a lot.
I thought you could go like meet your buddy and be like, "You have offended my. I will fight you with my
supposed to be
Pokemon."
coming soon.
And then you'll throw down a little Ratatouille
Oh, and
Ratatouille.
Oh, and flick balls.
and flick some balls.
Oh, dude, party foul. Spitting
All right.
all over people here. You got
Sometimes
excited.
balls get in my mouth. And,
Sometime soon, you're supposed to be able to go battle your buddy. Right
But
now, you
what's a
can't
battle?
your buddy.
What is
Yeah,
a battle?
It's gonna suck.
It should be turn based. Like
It should be,
like
but
the
it's
game.
gonna be flicking balls at each other. flicking each other's balls. It's dumb.
You haven't fought at a gym.
No.
I will fight you at the gym.
How does it work?
You got your guy here. You got the bad guy here, and
you just
jam that guy. You jam that guy until he dies.
Oh my god.
So no skill is what you're saying.
None whatsoever. The flicking of the balls is the most skillful part of the game.
You just hope that your dude has more CP than the other guy.
You know, I will say I saw a graphic on the internet that I was really enjoying. It was talking about a GTA Go.
GTA Go.
Yeah, it had the little guy with his phone up, and it just said, like, go hop in that car and kill the driver.
I think I saw that.
That would be hilarious. Or maybe a Mortal Kombat Go, where you go around and you fight people for Mortal Kombat.
By flicking balls at them?
Maybe. Maybe you can hit a button to throw a spike fan at them or toss a fireball their way.
That would be more gameplay than is in Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
Well, regardless of how we feel about it, like
it is a phenomenon.
The fact that it has like brought Nintendo back into the red.
You know what's dumb? Nintendo didn't even make that. Yeah, I think he did make that.
Do what?
Red is bad.
Brought them into the red.
Yeah.
I think he meant from the red.
They're going out of business.
Yeah. Whoops. Brought them in the black.
The thing is, like, Nintendo had to make a statement telling their investors, "Hey, we didn't make this game.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Thanks for your money, but we didn't make this. We own a third of the company one of the companies that made it."
But they probably licensed it.
Yeah,
right?
but
no, it's not. The Pokemon company is the majority owner of Pokemon. Nintendo owns a third of that company.
Okay.
As I know it.
Still.
Suddenly in my head that makes sense. Pokemon is not Nintendo. Pokemon is a video game.
It's its own company. They don't fully own Pokemon.
Still, it brought Nintendo in the black.
Yeah, hey, you know what? It brought them, it definitely brought them to compete in the mobile world. You know, at least they have an opportunity there.
Yeah, they just need to make something fun and I'll play it.
Well, dude, all they really need is Mario Kart.
If it's Wii bowling with your phone.
That would be really
throwing your phone. Now you need one of those little weed straps to go around your hand and attach it to your phone.
Like, that's what they really need to do is, like, just stop making consoles and
this is kind of off topic. Maybe this is where we'll end. It's been about 10 minutes. Their NX stuff leaked.
Oh, really?
One more information.
I love eggs.
It's going to be a handheld first. You're just going to have two controllers on the side. You break off. You put dock it on your TV, and you can play at home, too.
That's weird.
That's it.
The end.
Yep. Anything else you guys want to say about Pokemon Go?
You know what? You guys on the
like
streets,
it.
you just keep doing you. I think...
Be safe out there.
Be safe.
Yeah, dude, don't be dumb.
I think...
You don't have to go chase after a Pokemon.
In the street.
It's really on the downswing. I think it's going away. You're hearing a lot less about it than you were last week.
People are still playing it. They're just not talking about it.
I was at a restaurant yesterday, and literally everybody in there is playing Pokemon.
How? You're just sitting there.
They
all light up some incense?
Somebody had a lure out.
You know what? I went to an event
so there was
last
just like
night that had about 200 people in a room, and it was an open mic night type of thing. The guy got up and he said that he was playing Pokemon Go, and everyone was like, "Is there a Pokemon in here?" He's like, "No," and then no one said anything else about it. The end.
Well, that was a good story.
My experience with Pokemon Go.
That was a great story. All right, you guys ready to move on to topic 2?
Yeah, let's hit it.
Tiny homes.
Teeny tiny little houses.
Now, this is another thing that was huge for a minute.
Yeah.
I feel like it's kind of dwindled
a few
down.
years ago, it was really big. There's still
think-
shows about it.
Well, I think what happened was the tiny home, when it was huge, it was people making their own
When tiny homes were huge.
People were like making them. They were new. They were original. They weren't crazy. Then
Now you go out
builders
and buy
started
them.
making tiny homes, and they're super elaborate and like a commodity and super expensive.
Well, I've like $40,000-$50,000 for the pre-made ones. I think is what I remember seeing.
That's the cheap one. Yeah.
I know you can build one.
You can build one for like
For
10 grand, 15 grand.
Well, a really
You
crappy
could build
No,
one for the
a
cost of a
decent
trailer
one.
and a mattress
Well, if you
Wow.
actually want to live in it,
and a tarp.
and
You
it
gotta
has
plumb
to.
it.
Well, you don't have to. You get you a composting toilet.
That's
All right.
true.
What makes a tiny home? It's tiny, right?
Yeah, so you got to be like less than 500 square feet.
Okay.
Probably a lot less than that. I think they're
Yeah.
all like 200 square feet.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
They're like literally.
I mean,
It's almost like a camper.
500 square feet is like that's not gonna. That you can't move that.
Yeah, I think it's more like,
It's like
200 or
100
less.
to 200, I
Yeah.
would think.
Well, let's see. I mean, generally they put them on trailers. And
Yeah.
What's the big, like a 15 by 5?
I don't know if they
15
that's
by
how they
6 or
measure
something?
trailers. I think they're foot long trailers.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Well, you said the
regardless.
square foot. Yeah, so roughly 150. Let's call it
Yeah.
that. 150 square
Yeah,
feet.
150 square feet.
And then, okay, so what do you have to have? You have to have food, like a kitchen,
Mm-hmm.
a sleeping quarters, and a bathroom.
Yeah. Man,
yeah.
First of all, I would say I think I would enjoy it in the right location.
I have two ways of thinking about it.
Yeah.
I was gonna let
I
you
didn't think
finish.
he was going to tell
I was
us.
gonna let you finish.
I would live in one if the location was right. If it was
Out in the
out
mountains.
somewhere, yeah, where it made sense. I would not just. I probably wouldn't just
like
put
a
a
little-
tiny home in the
In the
where we
suburbs.
live. Yeah, suburbs of Memphis.
Yeah, if you had like 1,000 acres on a nice Montana plain.
See, Colorado is
Oh.
where I saw the documentary about the young man who,
Yeah.
out of college, built his tiny home and moved out to Colorado.
Yeah.
It looked amazing. That looked awesome. I would
Yeah.
do that. I feel like I would do that for like at least a year or two.
I wonder how you pipe internet up to it.
You don't.
You don't.
No, you do.
I mean, you
I mean, you
could
can,
have
but-
satellite,
Yeah.
but that's probably your only option at that
What
point.
your mail options are. Get a P.O.
You
box.
could, yeah, probably in a smaller town. That would
I guess
be
if
all
you have
could
a
do.
property, you could, it could be your property.
Yeah, but a lot of places don't have mail service. Like if you're out that far, you would have to just go to the nearest town and get a PO
Well,
box.
it's like there's a lot of like places in Alaska that
Yeah.
like they fly the mail in once a week or something.
I see. I don't think my wife would be on board with a tiny home.
I think 2 people in a tiny home is a whole nother thing.
The thing is, the tiny home is just where you sleep and do the things you have to do. The other time, you're out.
You need to be out doing stuff.
Yeah.
Chopping wood.
Sure,
Yeah. Making movies.
sure.
Flying your helicopter to save people in the Alps.
Yeah, I guess.
Not hanging around the house.
Yeah, in your tiny home, just
Yeah.
sitting there.
And your jammies, like,
Well, it's
trying
like that'd be where
to
you
look
wake
up
up.
satellite
and you-
porn on a Saturday.
Well, your tiny
Be
home.
like the
Tiny
dial-up age again.
It's where you wake up, you drink your coffee and look out at the world,
Uh-huh.
and then you go, I'm gonna go out to that world.
Yeah.
You grab your Pokemon Go and
I
you
mean,
get to go.
it just seems relaxing. You know, it's less to worry about. There's so
And
much
you're basically
stress.
off the grid for the most part.
There's
too.
so much stress involved in having a big house, having lots of things.
Totally. You're totally tied down to it. You're totally, typically, in debt to it a
Yeah.
lot. So it's limiting, yeah, and it sucks up a whole lot of your resources. So I see the beauty of that lifestyle, but like also not too far off would just be buying a nice
RV.
or spending $100,000 and buying and building a nice house.
Yeah, but you can't move that house.
True.
Is the difference.
Yeah.
And I mean, some tiny homes are harder to move, but usually the point of them
They're
is you
mobile.
can move them.
Well, recently, and I think that's the issue, is that, like, traditionally, that's what a tiny home should be, is one that you can take wherever you want.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, I keep seeing things where there's tiny homes that are built on property.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're, like,
yeah.
solid foundation
Well,
and everything.
they're called efficiency homes, and I think that's what I'm more into.
See,
like
that's
when people
the
build a
opposite
house
what I
out of
would
like a
want.
shipping crate and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's neat.
Yeah, I like that a little bit more.
Only if I
that's
can
because
ship it.
I want space. I just
I don't have to have space.
I have
need
to
to
have
be
a
able to
certain
stretch.
amount of space. If
Like-
I'm going to buy a house, I want a certain amount of
But the thing is, you could buy a house and also have a tiny house.
Oh, you could.
That is true.
Yeah.
If you have enough money.
Well, I'm saying buy a normal size house. Well, you're looking like $100K for a small house. Mm-hmm. Another 20 on there to build you a tiny home and do whatever you want with it. You're still
you could make that a project and take a couple years to do it too. Yeah. Just build a little bit of a time, like you'd build a boat in your garage.
Yeah, sure.
Build a house in your garage.
A little tiny house.
A house in a house.
Yeah.
What if you just lived in the tiny house in the regular house?
Yeah.
You rented it out.
Build the tiny house inside the house.
Yeah.
Ooh, you can't get it out?
Russian doll house situation.
Yeah.
Then there's like a doll house inside the tiny house inside the big house.
And then there's a dog house inside the doll house that's in the tiny house.
A doll house in the tiny house in the big house?
Yeah. Oh, man. See, I think the concept is fun. I would much rather just have an RV and spend time.
RVs are so expensive, though.
Yeah,
they cost as much as a house.
I think more, typically.
Yeah.
Well, no, you're right. Houses cost a lot.
Okay.
House costs vary.
Yeah. I've never seen RVs that nice.
1.9
I'm sure you can get them.
Oh, you can. Then you're getting a bus.
But those people also spend more on their house than that.
I think an RV, like what you see an RV is, typically is around $300,000.
I don't know that's
I would get
true.
the $50,000 one that's like got a bed in it. And it has a table.
You're not talking about getting like a little Airstream
trailer
or a Winnebago or something? Yeah, that's like $100,000.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, then yeah, I'd rather build a tiny home at that point and just have it on a trailer. Yeah.
They're so expensive.
Man. That's redunculous.
It is.
But, think about it. If you get a tiny car, if you get a tiny home, you also have a car with it.
You get a tiny car.
Tiny car. Tiny car.
Tiny home.
I'm also a fan of like the college kids that always build out these buses to be like road trip machines.
Road trip machines.
Oh man, that's always nice too.
I've never seen that.
It's
I'm
always
that up. Yeah.
I'm always hyper jealous of those people.
I know, right?
It makes me hate
taking
them
a year off and traveling the States.
Yeah, just we somehow bought this bus, put 100 G's into it to make it immaculate and amazing. Now I'm just taking me and my 10 buddies across the states for a year.
Yeah.
Like, thanks, Mom. Like, come on.
Man, I've said it before, I would love to find a way to make travel pay and be able to do that and make it interesting and like share it with people.
How about that guy that's getting paid to go to the places because of the Pokemon Go?
Is that a thing?
I hope not.
That's why.
Marriott is paying some dude to go to
a
couple of different countries that you can apparently only get certain Pokemon there.
That's silly.
That is
but hey, good on him for figuring out that opportunity.
He scammed somebody.
Yeah.
Stupid Marriott. They gave us free drinks. Idiots.
They were like, their service was so terrible.
It wasn't that bad though. It was like it was slow
really, really
at the
slow.
beginning. But I think it's because they didn't notice we were there. Then like, hey, we got your first
there's
round,
all these
no
other
problem.
important people here.
All right, I got a question
about tiny homes
related to tiny homes.
All right, I'm ready to hear it.
What's the one luxury item you could not live without? You would have to take it in your tiny home.
Electricity.
I mean,
that's
like
a luxury
item.
That's luxury in a
Nearly all tiny homes have electricity of some sort.
They gotta have a generator.
Yeah, it's true.
A full-size computer.
Really?
Me too.
Yeah.
I think I could just deal with a laptop. I've been dealing with a laptop for 4 years.
I get annoyed with it.
Laptop
I like the workstation.
Yeah, me too.
That's a significant chunk of your tiny home too.
I don't know. I think it could be like your television because you're gonna have a flat screen on the wall. You could have like a Mac Mini, just right up against the wall.
I wouldn't say that counts as like a full size computer either.
Oh, you've seen my beast of a machine. So
I just mean a workstation where I could sit down, and I think a fold out desk, keyboard, speakers, good audio system. That's a must.
Yeah, I think surround sound may be it for me.
Really?
Surround sound and a TV, honestly. That would probably be it.
Oh, but full size computer was too much.
Well, I mean, you're talking about a workstation.
Yeah.
I mean, you're getting little satellite speakers. That's not going to take a bunch of room. The TV would be the bigger thing.
Yeah.
I would have to incorporate, or you could do like a projector and have a projector screen come down. Mm-hmm. That would work too. That would probably work better, actually.
Or just one wall that is matted like a projector.
Huh? Yeah, that would be mine. I think I would do like a projection system.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, but you'd have to collect everything digitally because there's no way that you'd have room for boxed movies and such.
Oh no! At that point, you're looking at like a Netflix life.
Yeah, you got to make your
get your Plex server.
Yeah, your Plex server.
I have a Plex server now
on your tiny home. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, so I'm ready for a tiny home.
Oh wow.
Yeah, you're just ready to jump on in.
Mm-hmm. Man, I want to travel so bad in a tiny home now.
Little tiny
Every
home.
time I think about this, I get reinvigorated.
A convoy of tiny homes?
Sure.
I like your idea of having a house and then having a tiny home.
The problem is, when you're out in your tiny home, how do you make money?
Yeah, this is like you already have money lifestyle.
The thing is,
this will be like my retirement.
The thing that's amazing with what we're trying to do here is we could totally do this and live a mobile life.
Oh, absolutely. I didn't want them to know that, but that's my intention.
I don't think it's anybody's secret, but yeah, that would be amazing.
Like I want to go from here to like maybe a couple years hosting a nightly show like on the television.
I mean, you can't do that and live in a tiny home.
No. That's where I'll make my millions at.
Why do you need millions?
So that I can have a hell of a tiny home. Like maybe 2 or 3 tiny homes. On a little tiny home
I think you're
system.
missing the point of the tiny home. It's to reduce in your life.
That's stupid. But I get it, yeah.
I just get, on that topic, I just get so overwhelmed with the amount of stuff I have sometimes.
Yeah.
And like, if it's there, I don't want to get rid of it. I have places to put these things.
Yeah.
Why would I get rid of them? If I didn't have places to put them and I was forced to get rid of it, my clothes. I have an extensive t-shirt collection. Extensive.
Expensive?
Extensive.
Oh.
I would say I have like 100 t-shirts in my closet. And it's just too much stuff.
I have recently demoted all of my clothing.
Yeah. There's also some shirts I just keep for sentimental value.
See this shirt?
So.
See this shirt?
Yeah.
It's like one of 10 shirts I've bought in like 3 years.
Yeah.
I'm wearing it for 6 days now. This is a brand new shirt.
Yeah, that would be the life. Just buy like new socks and underwear every week.
Every week.
That'd be nice.
No.
Well, you could give them away.
I don't like the feeling of
lifetime
new
supply.
underwear.
What? What's wrong with you?
Free?
I like them to be freshly
Get out of here!
Well, you could wash new underwear, and they're still new.
But then, well, yeah. But like the whole point of you buying
It's
new
socks
underwear and
more
socks.
than underwear.
Now socks, yes. Socks, I like brand new socks out of the
I'd
package.
rather not wear socks.
Ugh,
I love socks.
sweaty feet.
I sleep in socks sometimes.
I do just because.
Because
I
you
forget.
pass out drunk half the time.
Jeez, no, that's not why. I've always worn socks, man.
I have too.
And actually, I wore socks so high and often as a child that I don't have hair on my ankle.
Oh, wow! I didn't notice that.
That's the only way I can, say that happened.
Yeah, because I have
got
lots
a lot of hair.
I guess that's why I don't have hair on my ankles. I don't know. That's the only thing that makes sense to me.
It's either that or me shaving them every morning.
My entire life. All right, guys. Anything else to say about tiny homes?
No, I have nothing else to say about
I support
tiny
the
homes.
idea.
I still want to do it one day.
What do you think about tiny homes? And put a picture of the coolest tiny home you can find, because I want to look at it and I want to talk to you about it.
Talk to Phil about Pokemon Go because me and Travis don't care.
I like Pokemon Go.
If there is a topic you want us to discuss, go to patreon.com/dudesinSpace and give us $5.
Yeah, there's an option for you.
$5? I don't think that's crazy. Like, that's a less than a meal at any fast food place. And we will talk about whatever you want us to talk about if we approve it. Sorry.
Yeah, and if not, we'll talk to you and we'll come
we'll
to
work
an
something
agreement.
out.
Yeah.
Of course, there are things that we're not going to talk about. But
Apparently pooping.
no, that's going to happen at some point.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, like specifically the wiping conundrum.
Oh, yeah.
Standing, sitting,
I don't
toilet
know if you
paper
know
over,
this.
under. There are so many things.
I don't
to
know
talk
if you
about.
know this or not, and I'm just going to leave you with this, but some people don't stay sitting down when they wipe their butt.
It's true.
It's a real thing.
It is.
Animals.
And until next time, we'll see you in the future.
Bye.
Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. New videos come out on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Check out some of these sweet videos. Go to patreon.com/dudesinSpace if you'd like to give us your support.